What is up everybody, Yuji here, and today I'm going to be talking about Way of the Crane, the Mr. Vermonk ability. So in the recent patch, Mr. Ver's got quite a big buff. I mean, not really a big buff, but it's a buff to them. They got a 5% versatility buff, they got a 5% mana regen buff, and I think they got an armor buff in there too somewhere. And with the buffs to them, it's made them pretty much everyone on the ladder, and all of them are playing the Way of the Crane spec. If you guys don't know, Way of the Crane is pretty much melee wings for Mr. Vermonk, but it's on a 45-second cooldown. It lasts for 15 seconds, and also while it's up, you're immune to stuns and slows. But also, if you're in a stun before they they can use it as a trinket out of a stun also. That's the aspect of it that I think is kind of ridiculous. So I'm just gonna list like 4 options of nerfing Way of the Crane for Mr. Vermonks. So the first one, I pretty much said it, is take away the trinket aspect of it. You can be immune to stuns and slows and all those things, but don't have it be able to be used as an out. You should have to pre-crane the stuns and everything. Just being able to use it as a trinket is kind of ridiculous in my opinion. My second option is just to nerf the healing output of it, because it's like melee wings. When it's up, nothing is really going to die. And especially with the recent buff to versatility, I'm not 100% sure, but it's either a 5% buff or a 10% buff. It's a 10% buff if it includes the 5% buff to damage and healing, but if it only adds in the damage buff, it would only be a 5% buff. I'm not 100% sure on that, but either way, it's still a really strong ability. The third option would be to nerf the cooldown a tiny bit, maybe make it be a minute cooldown instead of a 15-second cooldown. I mean, 45-second cooldown. That would make it the same cooldown as H-Valley melee wings. Way of the Crane is slightly shorter than melee wings, but it's kind of better because you're immune to stuns and slows, and you can use it as a trinket. So I think that kind of makes up for the shorter duration. And the third option is, I don't think this is what they should do, but to pretty much nerf the mana cost of it, make it so it costs more to use, kind of, or the abilities that are used to heal during it increased in mana, kind of like what they do melee wings. But I don't think that this is the best way to do it, because Mr. Monks are really the worst mana spec in the game. I mean, healer when it comes to mana in the game. I think that they should have a spec that makes them pretty mana efficient, like Crane is for them. So I think the other 3 options would be better, in my opinion, specifically the trinket one, because it's kind of ridiculous how it is right now. If they're playing human and also have a trinket, they can never get stunned for the entire game, except for maybe like a half stun. Or if they're playing with a demon hunter, they can pretty much get out of every CC possible. They can crane or trinket or crane or human out of every stun. Demon hunter can reflect sheeps and things, and then you also have your trinket for the other things. So yeah, just me complaining about Crane. No one's probably gonna care, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.